I'm gonna love you.
Alright everyone, as you can see on the easel in front of you, I've got a canvas board set up, 16 by 20 size, and we're going to be using ultramarine blue today. Red, yellow, hooker green, white, and black. We're going to have some water for misting. I'm going to be using my old trusty dusty for the background. And we're going to be using an assortment of fan brushes, liner brushes, and palette knives. Now, and of course, sponge for foliage. A lot of people have called me the redneck Bob Ross. Well, in honor of Mr. Ross being one of my favorite artists of all times, never missed an episode, I've decided to go ahead and do, since everybody calls me that, I'm going to go ahead and do a canvas just like Mr. Ross would have done. And with a little added twist. That's right. I picked up an afro after Halloween. I've been saving this puppy till I felt like I wanted to do a landscape. Everybody sees me do spray paint. Everybody sees me do abstract. Everybody sees me do flow. Everybody sees me do pencils. You guys haven't really ever seen me actually paint. Now this isn't oil. Mr. Ross did oil. This is going to be acrylic. So that's what the water's for. So I can get the effects I want on here with the mist in the water. And anyway, I think I look pretty good. What y'all think? Yeah, this is... Should have picked out my afro a little more. Anyway, we're going to do us a happy little paint today. And that's right, we're going to put a couple of happy little trees up in there too. So I'm going to give me a little bit of this coffee while y'all are laughing your little butts off. I know you are, don't lie. I know you're laughing. Alright, so I've kind of drawn out with my pencil a little bit here. I want my sky here. I've got a little mountain range right here. My horizon line here. I want foliage here. I'm going to put me a couple of evergreens back here in the background. And then I'm going to put a little more foliage. And I'm going to have two big, majestic, happy little trees right here. And of course, the hooker green. I'm going to be putting some green base down in the background. And I'm going to have some red, orange, and yellow for my leaves. And I think I'm going to put my light source about right here in the middle. And we're going to branch it out this way. So, let's get it going, folks. Alright. I'm going to use this. That's my palette. That's my blue, white, my black. I'm going to be using this majority for the sky and for the mountains. Now I'm going to put a touch of yellow up here in the sky where I want my light source to be. So we're going to put a little bit of water. And as you can see, I got it misted. I don't want the stream. I want it misted. So I'm going to put just a little bit on here. I'm going to put just a bit on here. So that this paint will spread a little easier. Now we're going to get us a base here of some blue. We'll put just a touch of white in there. I'm going to need a little more water on here. Now Mr. Ross used a wet on wet technique. He would put liquid white on his canvas before he actually started painting. And then he would paint over it. The liquid white would allow the flow of colors and allowed him to do the magic that he did. So we're going to get us this here. Now down here towards the bottom, we're going to put a little bit, just like Mr. Ross did. We're just going to put a base of some dark down here towards the bottom. And as it gets up towards the top, we're going to get it a little bit. And then we're going to go back and forth here. Kind of blend this out. Now I want a little bit more white in there. Need me some more water. I'm going to put this up here. Yeah, we need more white. I ain't got enough white in there. There we go. Now we're cooking with oil, folks. Now, remember when I talked earlier about this didn't have a hold down clamp on top? But I got this for $2-3. Yeah, this don't work so well when you're trying to put in landscaping. As you can see, this canvas board moving all over the place. But we're going to make it work anyway. Because what Mr. Ross say? That's right, you have happy little accidents. Well, it's more than a happy little accident. It's a pretty big accident, but we're going to work with it anyway. So let's finish up our sky here. Let's blend that out, folks. Alright, yep, just like that. Let's blend that out. Very, very lightly. There we go. Alright. Now, I don't think we're going to put any clouds in this one, but I am going to put just a touch of yellow in there. So I'm going to pick up just the tiniest bit of this yellow right here. And as you can see, I'm going to mix that in with my blue right there. My really light blue. And I'm going to put that right about in here. Just put a little bit of a light source right in here. And then ever so lightly, we're just going to blend that out. Just like that right there. We're just giving the illusion of a light source here. Alright. Okay. Now, as you can see, we've got our light source towards the bottom of our horizon line. We're darker here, and we're lighter up at the top. Now, y'all gonna love this. Go ahead and clean our brush here. Clean this off some. I know y'all gonna remember this part. I'm gonna have to hold my board for this one. There you get that brush clean. I figured y'all would like that. Alright, now we're gonna work on our mountains. I'm gonna grab me another cheap improvised palette plate here. Now I want my mountain, I want a big majestic mountain about right here, and then I want another little smaller mountain in behind. So we're going to pick up quite a bit of this black here. This black is going to be our base for our mountain. Need to add a little water to that. And we're just going to come in here just like Mr. Ross did. And I think we're going to put a big happy mountain about right in here. We'll kind of map out where we want it. I think we need some more black. Put a little more water in there. Need to really load this brush up, folks. Yep, let's get back in here. Let's kind of, boy, we are really needing some more black. The bad thing about acrylic is that canvas will really soak that paint up, folks. So we're going to really load this brush up. And we're going to bring this big majestic mountain right here. Just like that there. Alright. Just kind of drag her down here. Yeah, just like that. Alright. Now I'm going to drag this other end. Right about here like that. Feel that collar in there. Just like that, folks. Yeah, we're just going to drag that down. Need some more black. And we'll drag her down some more here. Just like that. Alright, now, I think right about here there's another big majestic mountain. So we're going to pop him in about right there. Pull him off there. Fill that in. Yeah, just like that. Old Trusty Dusty has been with me a long time, this brush. But sadly to say, it might be time to buy another one. As much as I hate to, it might be time, folks. Because she's getting a little frayed there. But that's alright. We'll pull that down there. Pull this right here. Alright. Now we've got our base down for our mountains. So we'll go ahead and clean our brush again here. Some more. I had that brush really loaded up there, folks. Okay. Let's get this cleaned out here some more. Now, of course, what y'all want here. Get them bristles cleaned out. And I think I just put some paint in my coffee. Well, I ain't drinking that no more. Alright. Now we've got the base down. Now we're going to pick up. And like I said, our light source is right here. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have it coming from this angle right here. Because it's kind of right here and branches out. I'm going to have it, for the mountain part, I'm going to have it coming more from this angle here, coming down. And for the trees, I'm going to have it more like this here. Because these mountains are way back in the background and these trees are going to be forefront. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop some light source and some shadow into these mountains here. And this is where we're going to use our palette knife right here. That's right here. And we're going to pick us up. Let me get me another plate here. Alright, let me mix up some white. I want some white here for this light side. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to smear this out on your plate, and then you're going to cut through with your knife. And you're going to pick up a bead of paint on the edge of that knife right there. And then you're going to come on this light source side. And you're just going to very lightly, you're going to drag it across where you want your light source. So we're going to go about right here and just very lightly drag that down. Might need a little more paint on here. Yeah, we need a little more paint. That's alright, just pick it up. Pick back up here and just kind of put these light sources in wherever you want them. That's all you gotta do. You just drop them in wherever they look good. We need a little bit more in. Let's see, I want to pick some up right in here. Just drop this in, just like this. Alright, we're going to have our mountain. It'll be about like that right there. Alright, that's good over there. Now let's pick some up and let's drop it in up here. Let's drag it down. Put those light sources wherever you want them. And we're going to pick up here. Bring this on down here. Let's see, I want a little bit more up here. Yeah, right like that. And let's bring this on down here, folks. Just like that. You just put them light sources anywhere you want. Just let them fall in there. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to wipe off our palette knife here. And we're going to put the shadow side in. So we're going to take some white, put that on our palette here, and we're going to take some of that ultramarine blue. And we're going to mix that up real good here. I don't know if y'all can tell. We're going to mix this up. Just like that right there. We'll get that mixed up good. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to cut that knife through there. Get your little bead on there. Now we're going to drop in our shadow side here. So we're going to start right in here. Just kind of drag this on down here, folks. Just like this. Drop them shadows in there, just like that. Put them wherever you want them. Just let the palette knife do the work. Alright, we can cut this in a little bit here. Kind of blend them in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, alright. Now we need some over here. Yeah, this is really where them hold downs come in handy. Let me tell you, folks, when you're doing stuff like this right here. Now, you don't want too much shadow. You don't want to completely cover up the black, or you're going to eliminate the purpose. You got to have some of your mountains showing through, too. So, you know, just kind of play around with it. It'll be all right. A little bit more in here. Peek up there. Just a little bit here. Yeah, let's pick that peek up. There we go. Alright. So we're going to call that done on that. Let's go ahead and wipe off our palette knife here. Now, we've got our sky done. We've got our mountains done. Now, and I'm speeding this along, folks, you know, because I'm not trying to make this a 2-hour video. So we've got that done. Now we're going to go in and we're going to put some foliage back here in the background. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take this right here, our fan brush, and we're going to mix a little green with a little black, and we're just going to kind of push that in there in the background. I'm going to put a little bit of water in. Give me just a touch of black, like that. Grab that green. Yeah, there we go. Really load that brush up. And we're going to push in some foliage here. Just kind of push with your fan brush here. We're just wanting to push some foliage into this background, as you can see here. Now we're going to grab some more, and we're going to continue across, just pushing that in. You're just taking your fan brush straight on and pushing. Now you can flip it every now and then to give a different illusion. But we're basically just wanting to push a little bit of foliage into that background. You mix me a little bit more paint here. Need some black, add a little more water, and some green. Okay. Yeah, we really got that paintbrush loaded this time. Alright. Probably get all the way across. We're going to push that in. Yeah. Just like this. We're just pushing that foliage in there. Giving the illusion of evergreen trees back here. Alright. Now we're going to flip this. Do a little bit in here. We'll bring it down just a little bit. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wipe my brush off here. Let's get this brush cleaned up. Alright. Now, I'm going to take old Trusty Dusty again, right here, and we're going to lay down a base of our background here. And we're going to do that with a light green, with just a little bit of black in there, just a little bit. I'm going to put a little water in there. Alright, now we're going to come in here. We're just going to lay down the base color in here. We're going to kind of fill the train out. Boy, this is one dry canvas. I'll tell you what, folks, this is where you kind of need to mist your board a little bit too. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking with oil. I'm going to kind of step to the side here where y'all don't see. I'm going to kind of just go up to your line here and kind of pull it down some. Blend it in. Just like this. And you're going to blend this way. Very lightly through there. Alright, now you're going to fill the rest of this in. Alright. Now, we'll leave some brush lines in there. Kind of want to go out like that right there. Alright. Now, I need to add just a touch of yellow in there. Because remember, we do have a light source in here, folks. So we're going to put a little yellow right in here. Right in here. A little bit more. Yep, a little bit more in here. Yeah, just like that. Alright. And we're going to blend it out. Alright. Now we're going to set Trusty Dusty in there. We're done with him. Don't need him no more. We're going to go back to our fan brush. And we're going to pick up some of this black again. Into the green. Just touch of green. We'll need a little water. Need some more black here. Alright. Now we're going to put us in some evergreen trees back here in the background. About midway, you've got this back foliage. Well, you've got your mountains in the very background. Then you've got some foliage at the baseline of the mountains. Those are far off in the distance. Now we're going to put some mid-level foliage, which is going to be some evergreen trees. And we're going to put them about middle here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop in. And we're going to go, I want to offset it because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put a couple of big majestic trees in here. So we want to offset a little bit because we don't want to just cover up our work. But we do want to create the illusion of depth. So let's go ahead and let's put one in here. I'm going to have to hold this, I can tell. I'm going to put one about right there. And we're just going to tilt our brush, like I said in earlier episodes. I don't know if you can see or not. And you're just going to drop in the leaves of that evergreen, just like that. And you're going to leave the base. Alright, then we're going to grab some more. Just mixing the green with the black here. And I'm going to drop another one about right here. We're going to take him up to about there. And we're just going to drop in his leaves here. You'll get a little bigger as you get to the base. I'm going to pick up some more paint. We'll go about right here. I'm going to drop another one in. He's a little bit bigger, I think. So we're just going to drop in his leaves here. Just like so. Pick up some more. Let's put one, he's farther back. So you put these trees wherever you want. There's really no set way. You just want to give the illusion of depth here. So you don't want them all in a straight line. You kind of want to stagger them on your painting here so that you give the illusion of depth, depth of field in your painting. And I think we need another one about right here. So let's go ahead and pick up some more paint here. Let's drop him in. Let's have him down about right here, I think. He lives about right here. We're just going to drop his leaves in and his branches. Just like that. Alright, now, what we're going to do, we're going to clean this brush. Get that black out of there, because now we're going to put some highlight on them leaves. We're going to grab some of that green right there. And I want some of that yellow. I want a real light green here. Yeah, just like that. A little bit more yellow. Just like that. And we're just going to drop in our light sources right here. So we're just going to drop in a little bit of light source here. just like that. This one, we'll keep him on this side. Just kind of push it in there. Now this one, light source is coming here. So we're going to keep this one on this side over here. So you've always got to be in constant awareness of where your light source is in your painting, because where you put your highlights is going to change depending on where your tree is or where your foliage is. So now our light source is here, so we're going to switch back to this side and drop in some highlights on these evergreens here, just like this. Just a little bit of light source here, wherever the light would be hitting these trees. Alright, now I'm going to take the same fan brush. I'm just going to give the illusion of shadow here. Alright, drop that down like that. So you've got some shadow here. Now your light source is coming this way, so this one, our shadow is going to be over here. Just like that. Over here, we're coming back at this angle. So we're going to go back here. And over here, our light source is over here. Alright. We're just creating a little bit of shadow on the ground where these big majestic evergreens live. Alright, now we've got that part done. Now we're going to drop us in a couple of big majestic trees. Now for that, I think I'm going to stay with my, I brought out a bigger brush. I think I'm going to stay with my fan brush. I like fan brushes. So we're just going to, I'm going to leave this on here and we're going to pick up some black. Put it right into that green and yellow. Add some water in there. Alright, now we're going to put this big majestic tree. He's going to start about right here. And we're going to take him all the way up into here. We need a lot more paint than this though, don't we, folks? We're going to drop a tree in. I think I'm going to go ahead and use that other brush. Alright. Because we need a lot more paint than that, let me tell you. Let's get that black in there. Let's really get this paintbrush loaded up. Because this happy little tree wants to come to life. And we can't do that if we don't get no paint on this here brush. So let's go ahead. Let's just drop him in wherever he lives. Alright. Now a big old branch is going to come over here. Go off our canvas. Then we're going to have one. Let's see. Alright everyone, I apologize about that. I got so engrossed in this painting that I didn't pay attention to my phone and it cut off. And as you can tell, I've already finished. Well, I haven't done the highlights in that tree, but I started putting a brother or a sister over here. So let's go ahead and finish this one up. Alright, now, like I said, you can put these limbs just anywhere you want. This is your world, folks. You put these limbs wherever you want. As many as you want, as little as you want, it doesn't matter. You just put them wherever you want. However many limbs you think lives on this majestic tree, you just drop them in there. Just like this. Alright, we need to, I think he's got one right there. Let's go ahead and put just a few more. I think this one over here is just a few more. We need a little more paint, don't we? Yes, we do. this one over here has got just a few more majestic limbs here and there. Just going to come off. Go ahead and just drop them in wherever you want. It doesn't matter. Alright. Well, let's bring this tree's trunk down a little bit more here. I like this right here, folks. Yeah. He's a big, majestic trunk there. Alright. Now, what we need to do now is, remember where I said you got your light source. We need to put a little bit of light source on this tree trunk before we even put any leaves on here. So let's get that going. Alright, now I'm going to use this. Well, no, we'll go ahead and stay with this brush for right now. Let's pick up that white and let's get us some light source here, shall we? Alright. Now, light source is coming this way. Remember, I put it in the middle, so we're going to have light source on this side of this tree. And we have light source this side of this tree. So let's go ahead and drop in some light source here on this trunk. You're just going to have it on one side, remember. You kind of extend it into these branches a little bit. Just bring that light source up and extend it out onto these branches. Bit of light source here, just like that. Alright, now I need to pick up a little bit more of that paint. We're going to put the light source on his brother over here. So we're going to pick it up. We're just going to follow it up here, just like this. Bring it out onto this here. Bring it out onto this here. Follow it on up. Wherever you think the light is going to hit this big, majestic tree here, you just drop in some light source here. And remember, this is your world. It doesn't have to be exact. Just wherever you think that light is hitting that tree, and that's where you drop that in. Maybe a little bit caught over here, all that right there. That's what I thought. Alright, so now we've got a little bit of light source here. Alright. Now, I think we need a little more right here. Let's bring it on down a little bit more here. Yeah, there we go. I like it. Alright, now let's go ahead. Let's put some foliage on the ground. Let's get some leaves on these big majestic trees. What do y'all say? Now for that, remember that trick I told you? I'm going to use this. And we're going to pick up, and we're just going to use right in here. That's all we need. So for this, I'm going to put me down. Actually, I'm going to get me another plate here. I'm going to pop it over this one. I'm going to pick me up some of that green. Put that in there. And some yellow. Alright. Now we're going to do our foliage first. Now, right about in here, we're going to go ahead and just drop in some foliage. Right through here. Where we think some bushes live. You just drop them in wherever you want. We'll blend this big majestic tree into this background a little bit here, folks. And maybe a little bit lives out here in the middle. You know, you just drop it in wherever you want. Just drop this foliage in wherever you want. Alright, we need a little bit more. Just She's got one that lives over here. It's going to be a little hard. I'm going to try to do this where y'all can see. It's a little bit hard doing it. Now, like I said, this is where this hold down will come in real handy. I wouldn't have to hold this canvas while I'm doing it. Make life a whole lot easier. But, and I've got one. I've got a nice one. Come from France or somewhere. I don't know. My aunt in Michigan gave it to me. But, it's one of them ones, it's all fold up, wood. You got to, I'm using this one. One of these days, I'm going to break that out, though. Because this is a really nice one. It's got a little divider thing. You can put your paints in there and everything. It is really nice. Alright, so. Let's get us a base up here on this tree. Of some green. A little yellow. Alright. Now let's go ahead and drop us in some foliage up on these trees here. And we're going to go light. We don't want a whole lot. You're just going to go and you're going to kind of push it in where these branches are. You're just going to push it in wherever you want. Just push that collar in. And let the sponge, the texture of the sponge, do the work for you. But you just push them leaves in wherever you want them. Kind of blend it in here and there. Wherever you've got a limb, just drop you some leaves in there. Just like that. Just like that. See, it's starting to come together. See how it is, folks? Starting to come together here. There we go. Now, we're going to put some on this other tree. So we're going to pick our paint back up here. Now let's drop some in over here, shall we? Alright, we'll start up here. We're just going to start dropping it in wherever these limbs are. We need a little more paint. What do you think? Pick some of that yellow up. Yeah, we need some more paint. Alright, let's just drop some of these leaves here. Just push that paint in. Don't do it too hard though, or you'll get just a smudge, and you don't want that. You want the texture from the sponge to give the illusion of the leaves. So you're just pushing that collar in and kind of move your arm as you're doing it so you don't get uniform, because it's not, you don't see a lot of uniformity in nature. So you kind of want to just drop it in wherever you want. Just drop that in there. Just like that. Alright, now we've got us a base foliage down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little color to this. I'm going to add just a touch of yellow, give it just a hint of orange into this, or red, sorry. And we're going to put some highlight. We're going to put some red over here and in there, and then we're going to use the yellow and we're going to put some highlights, just like we did where the light source on the trunk of the tree. And these evergreens, we're going to do the same thing with these leaves. So, let's go ahead. Let's add some of this red here, shall we? Let's get us some red up in there, shall we? Alright, so we're going to do this on the shadow side. So let's go ahead and let's just add just a little bit of red in there. In this world, it's just starting to turn fall. So we've got these leaves that are starting to turn color. They're not full-blown fall yet, but they're just starting. So we're getting the little hints of orange and red in there, and a little yellow. So let's go ahead and add that in. As you can see, picking that up. Now we're going to add some down here too. Alright, just like that. Maybe we got a little bit in here. Some back here in the background too. It just lives everywhere. Alright. Let's do some up here. Get a little bit into this tree. You're just building layers here, folks. That's all you're doing. You're building layers. This is your world. You do it however you would like. In your world, it may not be fall time yet. So your leaves may just be green, different shades of green with a little yellow in there. It may not be fall in yours yet. In yours, fall may have already came and went. It may be winter time. You may not have any leaves at all in these trees. It's your world. You do it however you would like to do it. There's no right or wrong way. This is about making yourself happy. If other people like it, that's a bonus, folks. But first and foremost, this is about making you happy. You're the one painting it. You paint it how you want to paint it. Alright, now we're going to try to get rid of that excess there. We're going to pick up a whole lot of this yellow right here. We want a lot of yellow. Now, we're going to go back. We're going to touch in some highlights over here. We're going to put just a little orange over here where we think that light source is hitting this tree. Pick up a little more yellow. Alright, we're going to do the same thing over here. Just push in a little bit of that orange just on the light side. Wherever you think that light is hitting this big majestic tree. That's where you're going to push that in. Just like that. Now you can do the same thing down here. Push in a little bit where you think a little bit of that light is going to hit. And you just put it wherever you want. There's no right or wrong, folks. We're just going to set that in there like that. And you know what? I'm happy with that. So now, just for my wife, because she's feeling a little bitty, old folks, I'm going to take, well, first I'm going to get a little water here. I'm going to drop a couple birds into this for my wife here. So about right here, I think there lives, this is the part, I'm old, so my hands are not steady. You can take a, well, if I had one handy, I've got them all out in the garage. I haven't done landscape in a while, so. But you can take a board or a dowel and put it on your canvas and rest and kind of do it steady your hand. I don't have that luxury, so we're going to kind of use my hand as the dowel. Now, and we're going to put us a bird. Oh, that bird lives about right here. And I think that bird's got a little friend. Because flying solo, that'd be so lonely. We don't want lonely birds in our world, do we? So we're going to put another one. Oh, they're both flying together. This one's a big, majestic bird right here. There's a big bird coming in right here. Now we're going to put a little light source on that for his wings. A little bit more. Alright. Now, it's this bird here. You got his face here. And you're going to have some light source for the wings here. And just touch on his friend back there. Alright. Those two birds are flying in. I think they're going to build them a nest in this tree right here. What do y'all think? I think they are. I think they're tired of flying, and they're going to fly in there to that big, majestic tree right there, and they're going to build them a nice nest right there. Because this is, in this world, even the birds are happy. So, anyway, let me go ahead and switch this around. Let y'all admire my fine hairdo here, away from that stupid light, if I can. And, I don't know if you can see it behind me or not. Can y'all see it? It's not too bad, huh? We created our own little world here, folks. With our birds flying into the big majestic tree. And it's just the start of fall here. And, yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. So let me go ahead and get like this here. Maybe y'all can see it a little better. And so anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the painting. I hope I inspired you somewhat. I tried to do this more step by step. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done it, but I think it turned out pretty good for being a couple years since I've done one. And like I said, Mr. Ross, he did it wet technique, oil. He used liquid white as his background, and then he would paint over the top using a wet on wet technique, and it was oil paint. This is acrylic, so you got to kind of adapt and overcome. I had to use water to mist to spread the paint more evenly, and but I'll tell you what, for a couple of years, I think it turned out pretty decent. What do y'all think? So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I love y'all. Remember, all of you can do this right here. Your only limitation when it comes to art is your own imagination. So until next time, folks, y'all be good to each other. I'm going to go pick out my afro a little bit better. This thing is way out of control. I don't know how Mr. Ross lived with one of these things. I'm going to tell you, this thing's hot. It is hot. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And until next time, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all be good to each other. And I'll see you again real soon. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, click on my goofy little mug down there to subscribe to my channel. Smash that like button to show me some love and support. And leave me comments down below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the video, what you'd like to see in the future, or just how your day's been. Doesn't matter. Just leave me a comment. And as always, folks, I love y'all. Thank you for showing your support. And I'll see you again real soon, folks.